Good evening everyone. I am Keerthi Thammineni, currently pursuing my third year BTech at LENDI Institute of Engineering and Technology. So, today, as part of our English Job Seeker course, I am pretty much interested to have a case study on our beloved super senior, Mr. Nikhil Kurada. Welcome Anya. Could you please explain about yourself? Would you like to introduce about yourself?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for calling me Keerthi, and I was being glad to be in this part of this case study. So I'm Nikhil Kurada. I'm currently working in Hinsa Solutions as a product analyst at High Tech City, Madhapur. So I was being pursued BTech from Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology in the stream of Computer Science and Systems Engineering. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I would like to ask you a question. You have been a very much inspiration to everyone of us. So there's a question for you. So what are the tips that you have gone through while you're going to an interview or any campus placement?
Yeah. So firstly, you have to believe in yourself. Okay. So whatever the circumstances might be, whatever the preparation that you have been gone through, but once you have been facing an interview, you have to be filled in with sitting with the confidence. Once you give the answers to the interviewer in the self-confident manner, people will get to recognize that whether the answer is right or wrong. They'll get to recognize the skills of your confidence. So the firstly, as a HR or as a people, as an interviewer panel, people will see only one thing, that is, are you capable for training or not? Are you able to, can we mold you into our own ways or not? So you have to give them that confidence that yeah, I'm capable of doing these things, I'm capable of doing like the things. So whether based on your preparations, you will be always be prepared for the interview. But the one thing which people makes a very good mistake is that they lose their self confidence. They'll be making that fear that they'll be acting upon. So that one thing that you have to make yourself to be very ready. And a very small tips that which may give a crisp to your interview is that your smile. Whenever you have been giving a positive vibe to an interviewer, he'll obviously make the thing to be get in a positive manner. Even though the questions have been not answered to you, you can just say them in a very confident manner by smiling at them like, yeah, sir, I'm sorry I didn't get this thing. So can you pardon me or can you give me some time? So the way of explaining yourself, the way of expressing yourself might be taking a different actions. And the second thing, what people makes a different mistake, that they'll be sitting very straight and direct. They won't even know that what they are going with. While you're talking to an interviewer, you have to use your soft skills. You have to use your hand gestures. The way you're sitting makes a more impact on the interview that which you're facing. And based on the core part, the questions which are being asked by the interviewer, you can also be using the typical language of managing things. Whether if you know the answer very perfectly, be genuine to the answer, what you're saying. If you don't know the answer, please don't make it clumsy that the interviewer get a negative impression on you. Just make so related queries are to be telling to him so that he'll get to understand what the thing is up to you in your mind. That's it.
Yes.
So these are the things that which I used to follow when I am going through an interview.
Okay. So first of all, I know we have to go under this technical round and aptitude round, right? So what are the suggestions that you are going to give to all our generation like all our batch? So what we need to follow to complete all those, like to pass all those tests?
Yeah. So when you're going with basically our round of things, where basically in the our batch of students, which been not differentiated much. So people have been going with the data structures, algorithms that where they are being using it in technical ways. So firstly, clearing up the first round gives you the first confidence. Then making up a technical interview, answering the technical questions with the technical knowledge that what you have. So basically, what do you prepare for an interview is not but nowadays interviewers are so keen about the talent. There are many job openings in our India, but the only thing what is making is the skill set. So you have to showcase your skill set firstly to the interviewer. So basically we are not having an employee who is having skills. We are having many employees who are having with knowledge, is having with something else, but they're not having a skill set which is very much required for a company or very much required for an organization. So basically what you have to do is with the core curriculum parts which you are going with this in the 4 years of journey of this computer science department. So you have to be brushing up your basics whenever you are going to a technical interview. So once you brush up your basics, you will get to know what are the things that you are left with, what are the things, what is the area you're confident with. And
Yes.
please make a move that while you're facing an interview, sometimes you may disanswer your questions. You make yourself to interviewer ask that question. Once you have been so down while you're going with these things, stop at that point. Like for example, in an interview called apps associate, I've been facing an interview which is completely in my hand. So in the technical round of interview, I made him to answer the questions, ask the questions that what I require. Like in the manner, I've been explaining about my self intro, and suddenly I've been given a word called project, and I just stopped. Okay, this is up to my self intro. Then immediately he has catched that point and he asked me, yeah, what is the project that you did? Then project is the main part that what I did. It is a very known part to me. So I keep on saying about him like what is this project and what are the major things of this project. And again, what I did say only about the project that what I did. Then I'm going into the deep. I just stopped in the middle and I've been asking, yeah, well, so these are things we'll be getting to know in the project while we are doing these things. So he's questioning me again on the same part. What is the core technology that you used in this project? So I have again that is also in my part because I have did the project. So I was been explaining him about the technical knowledge, what is the depth in the project, and how real timely I was using this project to be getting connected with them. So like that, whenever you're facing an interview, you have to be ahead with the mindset. So once you're ahead with a mindset, then obviously the technical skills are to be required. So you have to be very strong in your technical skills. Even though if you're not strong, you have to be confident while you're answering an interview, right?
Yes, sir. So I would like to ask a question. So you have gone to your job life. So how is student
Mhm.
life different from your job life?
Yeah, this is completely a different variation, a drastic change actually what I'm having and what I'm facing here is actually because in the college life or student life when we are used to have every decision that which may take will be dependent upon us, whether you study, whether you bunk your classes, whether you did whatever the stuff you can, whether the irrespective of the language that what you learn, whichever language you have been learning with, it will be completely up to your hand. But once you are into a particular organization, once you are into a particular job structured life, so you will be not into your hands. You'll be working under as a corporate life. You will be running into a cycle. Okay, that cycle which may depends upon you is even though you have a free time, you may not able to learn the different new technologies in the office because when you are at the office, you have to work on the based on the technology that what they are giving. But once we are in a student learning part, even though you're in a maths class, you will be able to recollecting about the physics and all, you'll be revising it in the down the line. And sometimes we students used to write some of the assignments in the data structures class or
Yes.
some other class. We used to do these things because of the maybe of the fear of the lecturer or maybe of this of the things, maybe of the marks that we used to get. So I'm missing very part of these things in the college life. In college life, I used to have a very good hang-on structure. I used to come to college every day because there I used to find myself in a very comfortable manner rather than staying at home and being with the people around me. So when you communicate with people a lot, you'll be having a very comfortable zone in a very comfortable area. Even though we'll have pluses and minus, but we have to go with the positiveness all the time so that it will make you the vibe positive. So it
Yes.
is a very complete variation for me actually.
Yes. So, they like I have known that you have been an active NSS volunteer, and you are the founder of Vidura Club, like our department club. You are the chairperson of it, and there are many fests that you have conducted. So, are these all skills very much useful to you in your interview and in your job? So, are they useful to you?
Yeah, absolutely, it's an add-on point for me in the very of interviews and all this stuff. It is a very add-on point for you as a lead. You'll be getting known what are the decisions, what are the capabilities that you're taking. It is not an easy task to manage 2-3,000 people around you or 500 to 600
Yes.
people around you in when organizing a fest or while organizing a departmental interviews. So you have to be thinking in a such a manner. You have to go through all the mindsets of the people. You have to make its final decision that which has been favorable to every student individual, which is nothing but a human being, a human behavior that you have to go through. And not only it's an obviously an add-on point for you. Whenever you have been unstuffed with your interview pack the things, you can add on these points that whatever the certifications that you have mentioned through NSS. As an NSS volunteer, I would be proudly saying I would be attended for the two competitive things in the on the national level. That is a really an add-on point for me while I'm participating in the national. Twice I've been acted as a national volunteer, so it is a difficulty. The level of difficulty that you face during this part of journey will be the structure of you dealing with your teams. See, once we are dealing with these things in the real life structure, you'll be working as a teams rather than speaking and staying as an individual, as an introvert, has been using only your way of mind and being an extrovert and sharing your views, thoughts with the many people, and you'll be working with the teams while you've been going with the teams, you will get to know how to work with these teams. And even though that is very much useful to me now, because I've been working under team, because as a corporate employee, I have to work in the team itself, because an individual cannot make good things. As we know,
Yes.
as a saying that we used to have, an individual, we can be doing only a small part. When we have joined the other hand, we could make the huge community that has to be built on, and we can achieve many things. So now also I'm handling with my teams and I'm handling with my lead. They're so happy with the convenient work I'm doing with them, because you'll get to know how to communicate with them, how to be with them, and how comfortable you can make them to be with you. So it is definitely an add-on point for you all the time.
Yes. So I know while I'm conducting some event, there are many there are many bad talks against me, like backside of me. So what is that that you have taken? I believe there will be something in everyone's life while somebody is organizing something, there will be some backbiting. So how did you manage all those things?
Firstly, one thing I have to tell you is I have to congratulate you. I have to give you a good confidence that you have been started an initiative. Okay, so the first step that what you have taken across all the people, that one I want to congratulate you for coming into this thing and just taking the initiation of an activity. There are people, every activity, there is not only one thing. Then the every activity, whatever you do, you'll be always having a positive and a negative side of you. See, the only thing matters the most is that the balancing way you go in your life. You may be a monarch. Some people may be monarch. They won't be disagreeing the parts. Even though the 100 people are against him, he'll be doing whatever he has to do. That is a democratic way. Before we used to have as a kingy structure, like in the ancient times, we used to have the king structured rule. He'll be going in a monarch way, even though people have been so hundreds of people are against him. And the next the thing we came up to the democratic part, where the people have been going with the voting structure. Okay, where 50 people are ready and 60 people are with you, and then you have been obviously elected, even though this 50 has been not been taken. But as a lead, you have to concentrate the one thing that even though the people are talking negative about you, the first thing you have to observe that the people who may you know are well known about you. So they have been seen all the sides of you, so they get to know and they've got a conclusion. Yeah, this guy is right. The people who are
Yes.
talking negative, we don't know whether the perception what they see is what they are being with us, or maybe the point what we are going with. That there is no meaning that everybody has to write in their point of view. Everybody will have their
Yes.
point of view. So we need to respect even their decisions and we need to take the actions. Firstly, lose this negativity of whatever the people are thinking about the bad talks or something or other stuff. Just always think in a positive mind. One or the other day, people will come to you and will get to know about you and will share you the things if you are very good to them and if you are always thinking about them. Okay, so always be with that part. And even I have faced a lot of things like this, but as I'm out of Lendi, now many people have been interacting with me in a very friendly manner. Even the people who are at in the college times and used to be like very rude to me, very this to me, but I never been taken that because I used to respect their decisions. Okay, if they're ruled, okay, yeah, their point of view is not perfect for me. Okay, let me convert myself and self motivate myself. Okay, this is not the way these people are not liking, so let me change myself and just do the actions that what even more people have been getting coming to me or coming to me that they're okay, yeah, this guy is something good. So I used to analyze my part, like whether what I'm doing is right or not. Because of them, I never used to change my character. I need to analyze the situation whether I'm going in the right direction or wrong direction. If I'm going right, then obviously I won't change my character for one guy or the other guy who have been making these things. So if my point of view is bit of slitty in this manner, so I used to think it, okay, this decision I have to change because and there every people will have an anger issue and all this stuff when you are at the peak of the situation. So you have to think and you have to be calm at that time. You have to think about yourself whether you're doing the right or not, and then you'll get a answer for you, and then you can go with. And many people come to me and they used to ask me, "You're the perfect one. You're the perfect one," because we thought about you in a very different manner, but you are the man who has been getting all this stuff to be done with us. Because when I went to the February times, I went to this job opportunity while I'm pursuing itself. So then
Yes.
they got to know about the things like, yeah, what, oh my God, at this times we never used to face these difficulties because that guy is there at the end of us and used to stop us everything, whatever comes to us. But when I was being removed, everything is been action coming into the direct action. So there is no one to be acted as a bridge to communicate this thing. So then they got to know, okay, yeah, this has meaning. This guy who is there in the between, he has a meaning. So people will get to know whenever the things, the time, everything to be remembered in time. When the time is there, you'll get everything to be in your manner. That's
Yes.
it. But be
Sure.
positive, be confident. Never be confident. Yeah.
Sure, and you're best every time for us. So you're best super senior for us. And so now everybody has a different emotion with English Lab, right? So could you please explain about your emotion with English Lab?
I always used to say in my first year itself, I used to say this word in the self intro. We used to have a YouTube channel to be getting recorded. So in the very first year onwards, I made my perception about English Lab is always a backbone of learning, which makes people to stand direct and go straight with the confidence in your life. So the soft skills that which they make, the emotions that which in one thing I've been gone through different colleges while I'm in studying in the engineering life. So there is no laboratory for English in any college. But
Yes.
Lendi is having their own perspective that they're having a laboratory. They're also thinking of the people that what the students has to be get confident. The English laboratory for especially me, I used to feel more comfortable when I'm into an English lab. You won't believe that the things when I've been going through this classes and all the stuff, we used to enjoy. Everybody in the class used to enjoy when the English lab is to coming because we'll be having some or other activity which is related to us and which will be instantly you will get the result. Okay. Where if
Yes.
you take in the coding part and the technical part, if you code for some time, you may not get the result. But after 2 to 3 years, you may get a good result. But whereas when you're coming to the English laboratory, when you're doing an activity, instantly you'll get a result that what how you have performed. Because you're self-assessing, you'll be getting to know because you are actually involving in it. So
Yes.
that is the most interesting and the challenging part for everybody in their life. And as a lead of English, like as a team lead of English for my batch, what I used to do is there are many introverts who are having a stage fear. I'm
Yes.
so happy that what I used to do with this them is they used to come to me and they used to talk to me. I'm having a fear of stage. I don't want to go through them. So I've been given a room to them. I used to give a room to them in a very small classroom of us. So they used to come and they used to communicate whatever the way they are. Now they are very happy that they are placed in very good companies and they're able to communicate with the many member of people even though there is not having any stage fear. I'm so proudly that okay, I'm having this kind of guys like I made them to be get good in this manner. And what I used to do is like vocabulary is very important for every student individual. So
Yes.
for my team, I used to share every day one word with a one meaning. So what I used to ask them is like I used to ask them to give a sentence with that word and one adjective with that word. So every day we used to continue, but as a student life you'll get to know because for up to 2 months we have continued, but later on the things that went lazy on the people they got drastic. So this is a
Yes.
student life because you have to admit some things. When you did good, you have to do. When you did bad, you have to admit everything, whatever you do. So these things I used to do, and
Yes,
it's a
and
very good emotion for me
it's
about.
so great. It's so great actually. For 2 months also, there are very less number of people who take that initiative in bringing up their peers according to their stage. So that's a very good initiative taken by you. So I'll also implement it in my team. So this is the last question of our case study. So that is, so do you have any suggestions that you would like to give to us?
Yeah, the suggestions were, don't waste your time while you're having an engineering life. That is the only
Yes.
suggestion that what I want to give to every people, because here you have a free hand.
Yes.
This student life, you may think that it is very boring, it is very this thing that what you have, but guys, I'm saying you seriously, don't ever waste your time in utilizing these things. Okay, you'll have
Yes.
a freestyle, you're having been with your parents, and you have been having that free structure that whatever you can do in now itself. Once you come
Yes.
into this corporate life, you won't be having that flexibility which you have in the college life.
Student.
You every people will have their individual, right? Yeah, because even though now if I can make my time, yeah, I can be with my flexibility, and but I have to work hard. But
Yep.
where in the student life, you don't need to be so difficult, so discomfort making you, and exploring new things, because there you have a time frame. But here, when you're coming to this style, you have to make time, you have to take your own decision, you have to make yourself to be comfortable. Even though in discomfort in situations, you have to make yourself comfortable. So there you'll be facing a lot of issues. So firstly, you won't be taking interest in studying these paths. So enjoy everything, whatever it comes to you. Only I'll be saying two things. Whether you want to enjoy now itself. Whether you want to study now itself. Whether you want to study and enjoy, do it now itself. Okay, whatever
Yes.
you want to do, you'll have a flexibility here. Just go through it now itself. So I'm not saying that after you'll not be having, but the time frame will be discreted. Okay, it will be
Yes.
discreted. Now it is like this, but later on it will be coming so near to you. So you have a
Yes.
lot of life, guys. So just enjoy every moment, and at the same time balance every moment. Be neutral.
Yes.
You'll be having a positive all the time. All the best.
Thank you so much, Anna. So, despite of your busy schedule, you have given me a time. So, I'm very much thankful to you. Like you'll be, like I said before, you're an inspiration for many. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you so much. I think this 5 to 15 minutes of talk made sensible to you at least. So I'm so happy that I've been a part of this case study. Thank you so much, and all the best for your future.
Thank you.